Howdy folks, welcome back to Bog Critter Field Production. Today's video I've got some GoPro footage from our first week of turkey hunting here in Vermont's Northeast Kingdom in 2025. First time bringing my GoPro along on the hunts, so there was a bit of a learning curve there. I missed out on some really great footage, but that's all part of hunting and all part of learning to film, is making mistakes and adjusting your techniques and learning from those mistakes. So to start off, the first day of our hunt, the night before, I was on a power line scouting and glassing with binoculars. Ended up watching a beautiful white-tailed deer for about 45 minutes, and some turkeys that I had seen cross a log road finally came up onto the power line. There was 2 hens and a male bird. I was quite a distance away and I couldn't really make out whether the bird was mature or not, but I did know that he was a male. I could see by his head, but I couldn't make out the size of his beard. So we didn't really have any other prospects that morning. So we got down on the power line.
You got your binos?
Yeah, I got them.
I see 2 of them. 3 of them. They're coming right at us.
Now, just as the birds came into view over the rise, I could see they were the same 3 birds I'd seen the night before, 2 hens, and what now I could tell, because we were a little bit closer, was a jake, an immature bird. As soon as they came into view, my GoPro battery died. To me, for an unexpected reason, I had no idea what had gone on. But those birds came in right in front of us, right where I kind of expected them to come through. I expected them to come a little further to the right where they had come up from the night before, but for some reason they skirted us a little bit. I don't know if it was my calling that made the jake a little leery, but he kept his distance much more than the hens did. The hens came within like 25 yards of us, and the jake stayed out about 35. Still probably in killing distance if we were planning on taking an immature bird. We also had out a throwdown blind by a mare step, and it kind of sits out in front of us. So we used that to block our motion if we had any, just because it'd been a while since we've been out in the turkey woods, and it was something my father picked up and he wanted to give a shot. I kind of had a feeling that that blind might have spooked them a little bit, and it may have been why they kept their distance as far as they did and didn't come the exact route that I expected them to. But they're all wildlife, wild games, always unpredictable. You never know exactly what they were going to do. Decided to wait a little later in the season before we take an immature bird. So I found out on our next hunt why I had lost my battery power, and it was because as I was looking at my phone and using my phone to see the viewfinder and connect to the GoPro, apparently the streaming between the two really sucks the GoPro's battery right down, and that's why it ended up dying.
He's pretty calm, ain't he?
That's a jay. That's a jay. He's right there. And there's 2 male birds right there. Yeah, well, that was cool. 2 jakes right out in front of us, a bunch of hens. That was a rad morning. Had a couple jakes and a bunch of hens right in front of us. Unfortunately, they were just too small to take. It's been the name of the game beginning of the season. We had a nice jake in front of us, 2 hens 2 days ago, and same thing again today. Scout them out and watch them roost and end up being small immature birds. But we'll get on a big one. So after these first few hunts with the GoPro, I've learned a few things. I need to keep the cell phone off and do my best to just use the viewfinder on the GoPro itself. Hope I have a good shot. I learned that the audio usually comes out pretty good. We have pretty good audio of gobbling and the birds chirping and waking up in the morning, the woods.
We're waiting for the turkeys to come through. We're trying to call them. And I just heard a blue jay, so it's something over there.
All in all, we had a pretty great first week of turkey season. Didn't bag a longbeard, did have an opportunity to tag out, and created some great memories. Got into the action pretty heavily, which really boosted our confidence in our setup and in our calling. We know that we can really dupe the jakes and the hens and bring them in, and the next step is just getting one over on a big longbeard, which won't be long before we accomplish that. So if you guys enjoyed this video, stay tuned, like and subscribe, and thanks for your support.